Okay, guys, we've actually created a model using Lego Serious Play to describe what Lego Serious Play is all about. So to remind ourselves of what we've created here as a team, is Lego Serious Play is a methodology, when used correctly, is a powerful tool to change attitudes of employees, for instance. It's got a very sound scientific basis where a facilitator leads a team of people into a collaborative conversation, first to establish their personal points of view and then to link it together to create a combined view of a problem or a solution, which then enables the organization to reach its objectives or bridge a problem that they've got. And we have seen from the process that there are other maybe more exciting spin-offs of it. I think I'll hand over to Monica just to explain further from here.
Okay, that's great. I think, Michael, you spoke about shared ownership and a shared view. So that's also what we're talking about in this respect. Because it's a methodology, the methodology is about creating ownership through letting each individual put forward their take on reality. And part of the methodology in creating the shared platform is being able to weave together those ideas that make up an employee's reality. So the real basis for creating shared ownership is that it truly is a weaving together of individuals' take on a situation, on a business problem, on the hurdle that is being worked with. That's, I think, the one aspect. From a facilitation point of view, unpacking a complex process has the people component and it also has a structural component. So while individuals are having fun working through integrating and acknowledging the different perspectives, we can also use the methodologies that we have available to us to further structure the outcomes. And I think that leads very much to each particular Lego Serious Play session drives a certain direction that is very much coming from not only the structure but naturally the content that the participants surface. And so maybe I'll hand over to you, DJ, and see if we can take it from there.
Well, I think one of the important things on the model that we built as well is why would someone want to introduce this into their organization? Certainly, we were looking at it's a methodology where you can surface issues, solve a problem, but it's something that one can then introduce as a term we came up with, which was a continuative process. In that it can become a methodology which one uses continuously in an organization, and for people to feel confident that what it's doing, it's not just dealing with the soft issue of how people feel, but it's actually helping an organization, helping people within an organization understand and arrive at their own understanding of what they do, why they do it, how they relate to others, and for them ultimately to feel that they therefore are aligned with the business objectives. And so we created, in a sense, almost a diagrammatic model here of this continuative process, showing the understanding that people arrive at, showing that it becomes a shared understanding, showing that it becomes a ownership of the company's objectives and a commitment to that, which steps up company performance and feeds back into itself. And I think really we've spoken about it being, there's the intuitiveness in the methodology as well. But maybe, Boyd, you'd like to just talk again, getting back to that area there. What are we telling people there?
The big thing to allay clients' fears in that is Lego Series plays a structured environment. It's guided by a facilitator. The facilitator will have your outcomes, your objectives at heart, and will guide the workshops to achieve that. It's structured. The facilitator will deal with issues of people viewing Lego as a toy, guiding them, getting their participation, getting them to take ownership in the process, but also allowing enough freedom for the individual participants' creativity to grow. And in that, helping each individual to see the company's objectives, which then flows back into our flow diagram of what can be achieved with Lego Series Play.
And I think something we learned as a group as well was and it was what Mons mentioned earlier, is that often in meetings people can put forward ideas, but they're talking at each other and they're not listening to each other. And this process really does allow people, through visualizing what is inside them, their ideas, they're able to speak about it in quite a lot of detail, share it, and the process with the facilitator ensures that people don't reach conclusions that are dominated by one person or by a couple of people or even three people and one's left out. It's about making sure that everybody's opinions are taken into account and everything's interrogated in the process, down to your choice of color. And if three of us are happy with the choice of color and one's not, we need to resolve that and come up with a picture that we really all agree with. Is this way forward?
But there's something you triggered for me there that I hadn't thought of before. People feel part of it.
Yeah.
Quite often people, they go on training, they do something, but they're just there.
Yeah.
It's a day off work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're forcing them to be part of it, they're part of the solution, and they feel like they actually contribute.
Yeah, and the facilitator assures that happens as well, which is great. Yeah, and I mean, I think we all certainly feel a real sense of ownership of this thing. I mean, we've together constructed it down to every little element on here.
I'm just observing, because this was co-created. That initially I started out with this piece, but right now I'm actually feeling a commitment and a resonance with all the pieces. I feel like this is important, that's important. The whole thing speaks to me.
Yeah.
But it was a build-up of all of our ideas coming together.
And Mons, you spoke about, our elephant in the model here, representing a reality which people have to deal with.
Yeah.
And I think what has emerged for us is each person's very different take on reality, though there are overlaps, and for us to understand the value in each person's take on reality.
And the fact that there was an elephant in the room probably was the result of not everybody having a voice,
Yeah.
or not everybody working together.
Yeah.
And what Lego Serious Play solves is exactly that. Everybody gets a voice and everybody works together.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
a shared commitment to go and action at the end.
And ultimately, there are no elephants in the room.
But
I'm going to be really nice.
But what Mons was saying about the individual models and then coming together with everything, when I look at it now, I still see things that are important to you. Issues are raised that don't really apply to you guys, but it's still in the model. Everything flows together.
Yeah.
And as a combined thing, at the end, you'll be able to address each individual's client. Doesn't matter what they throw at them, because the process will address all the issues at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So in a sense, Lego Serious Play is a serious tool for anybody that wants to achieve some change in their business.
Right. And